Hello! Silahdars are a Golden Era unit unlockable via Season 4 challenges. They are a heavy infantry which can decimate enemies in seconds. However, due to their reliance on skills and not so great defensive attributes, they are not fit for a sustained combat. They excel at supporting other tankier units with their incredible burst of damage. Their first skill is Decapitate. They perform 2 quick strikes with huge damage. If you won't issue any other commands, they will repeat them 2 more times. In most situations, you should leave it on because it's their main source of damage. However, it has an average block break, so against shields you should consider using their second ability. Death Strike is a single strike with damage comparable to 1 hit of Decapitate. It knocks down enemy units and instantly breaks their block. It also has 3 bonus strikes, but your Silahdars will wave basic attacks in between them, so overall DPS is much lower. Their last skill is Get Over Here, also known as Cover Commander. After activation, Silahdars will come to you while attacking enemies in their path. It makes them deal more damage, so it should be always active if you are not using any other skills. Note that this skill has 2 stages. When Silahdars are away from you, they will deal more damage and knock down enemy units with their attacks. When they reach you, their attacks are slightly weaker and they no longer knock down enemies. Silahdars also have 2 very important traits. The first one is Ingenious Armor, which gives them short damage reduction and CC immunity after being hit 3 times in a short period of time. Second one is Imperial Favor, which makes them take less damage while they use their skills. It works only during the attack animation. They will not get the damage reduction just by activating the skill. Please leave a like if you're enjoying the video so far, and let's talk about Veterancy. Top line focuses on improving Decapitate, while bottom line improves their defenses and damage of the other 2 skills. I did some testing and my conclusion is that the bottom line is just not worth it. The chance of Daisy immunity is kinda overridden by the CC immunity passive, and the damage reduction after attacks just doesn't work. With that said, I see 2 valid choices: full top line for maximum Decapitate damage, or a mix in which you sacrifice cooldown and some damage of Decapitate for 20% more damage on Death Strike and Get Over Here. I believe that such a combination is worth it because your unit will spend a lot of time in Cover Commander mode, so boosting its damage seems smart. Oh, and the attack rate from the top line is also not working, so well, go with the top line. But if you want to mix it up, then go half top and half bottom. Moving on to the Doctrines. Silahdars have 2 unique Doctrines. One decreases range damage taken and the other one increases movement speed when Get Over Here is active. Unfortunately, the latter is not working at this moment, and as for range damage reduction, I don't think it's worth it. They are doing fine against ranged fire, especially considering that they have shields. Yes, that round thing on their bellies is blocking projectiles. Personally, I went for pure damage. They are burst unit after all, so Siege Fighter, Breakthrough, Assassination, Slashing damage and Penetration fits them nicely. Okay, that would be all about the build. Let me tell you how I played them. Just make sure to like and subscribe, thank you. Firstly, Silahdars are not a general purpose infantry. With Iron Reapers you can press one button and get the results. With Silahdars that's not the case. You need to have proper positioning and some team support. Even with partial CC resistance, their skills are easily interruptible, and without them Silahdars do not enough damage to be a threat. So you need to be wary of enemy CC abilities because they can easily ruin your day. What you should do is find some heavy infantry like Reapers, Palace Guards or Grey Hairs and just follow them around. When they engage, wait for enemies to retaliate and then strike. Enemies will be clamped up, so you will maximize your damage and at the same time you will have much better protection from being interrupted. As for skills, Decimate is your main damage tool, so most of the time you should leave it on for the whole duration. Just remember that it's not that effective against shields, so if you are fighting things like Palace Guards or Imperial Spears, the Death Strike will be a better option. However, you need to be cautious about leaving it on, because it deals significantly less damage than Decimate, and it actually makes you take more damage. It's because Silahdars waive regular attacks between Death Strikes, and these do not activate the damage reduction from Imperial Favor. Another thing I noticed about Death Strike is that it sometimes misses if used after the attack command. Because of that, I try to use Cover Commander before activating this skill, because then it works just fine. The combo which I use in the most situation is one hit of Death Strike into Decimate, and get over here when Decimate finishes. If enemies are scattered, I stick to Cover Commander. Silahdars are not very good at hitting single opponents, so I prefer saving my cooldowns for better targets. In conclusion, Silahdars are not that complicated unit, but they still need some skill to use correctly. You have to be wary of your positioning and engage in the right moments. Failing to do so will result in losing your unit in unfavorable trade. They are strong, but looking from the team composition perspective, I think they are more of a special pick, so filling the whole team with them probably isn't the best idea. I hope you found this video useful. If so, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you are already subscribed, you could consider supporting my channel by buying the Content Creator Pack with my code. And if you have any questions, then feel free to ask them in the comments or on my Discord. Link is in the description. Thank you for watching and see you next time.